Hello there, Steve Chase here, and I want to take you today through creating a quick video on Content Samurai. Because so many people talk about Content Samurai, so many people use it. And every time Content Samurai has a special sale, all of a sudden a lot of affiliates are sending emails about Content Samurai, but maybe you've never used it. Maybe you always curious what it's about. So I like to show you a little bit about how Content Samurai works, going from a script or a small script to a video. I pulled up a PLR article about email deliverability, and what I'm going to do is when we first start, let's go in here. If we're going to create a new video, you can create different folders in your system. I have numbers of different folders for different projects I've done. I find it easier to do that. So I've created a folder that's called demo videos. We're going to create a new video in here to keep it organized. And when you first come up here, you actually choose a template. And you can choose, video for social media, which tends to be square. And you see there's a lot of different choices. They have different names. And then if you click on one, it'll tell you what it's about. It'll tell you inspired by the top viral video creators, and it talks to you about the template. And then you can automatically choose. You can even see a sample of it by just clicking through here to see what a template looks like using that setting. Or you can do like blog posts, which video from a blog post, or a sales video, and these tend to be more like the 720p, the 1280 by 720 resolution that you'd post up on YouTube. So if you're doing something with Facebook or Instagram, you might use a video for social media, which is typically a square, versus a video from a blog post, or a sales video, which is more that you'd post on YouTube. So let's do a video from a blog post. Let's just pick one. There's all sorts of different styles you can choose from. The viral is one that's been pretty popular just because of the texting. You notice the text is a little different than the style. As opposed to, say, something like soft apricot, where you can get a different...
With summer break just around the corner, here's our 5
And it really is, a lot of it is about how the texting is and the color choices for Content Samurai. So you have, there are some limitations, but you do have a lot of flexibility. And the good news is once you say I chose viral yellow, and then I did my video, you can always come back, copy this video project, and then automatically just apply a different template, and you've got a different looking video, which is pretty cool. So let's just use this template. And now what we do here is next thing is our script. So we put our title. Let's just call it email deliverability deliverability demo. I think I spelled it wrong, right? Let's see. Deliverability. Yeah, that's right. Okay. And you can write or paste your script here. I'm just going to take this first title up through here. We're going to copy that, and we're just going to paste it in here. Now, what you can do here is you can choose all these options. So you can choose automatically fit text to layout, so it'll split stuff up regardless of what the commas and periods are. One slide per sentence, which means it'll look for periods and drop them that way. One slide per paragraph. So if you wanted to put, if I put something else in here and had another paragraph, second paragraph, then it would do the second slide on a paragraph. So if you want to put a lot of text per slide, and then one slide per phrase, and that's where it's really going to look at phrasing, at commas and periods, and split stuff up. But to start, you can always put in automatically fit and see how it goes. You can always come back and change that. And then it has all the automatic stuff like bold keywords for me. So here, automatically bold key phrases in your scenes. Now it's sort of taking chances and making choices based on what it thinks is the important words on slides, in sentences, and you can go through and change that. But a lot of times, more often than not, I'll make a good choice. Select video clips, which are the background video clips. Select images are background images. So if you only wanted to do video clips, you could get rid of images and have it do video clips, or vice versa. Select layouts, which means layouts on where the text is, where, add motion to images for me. So if you have an image, with zoom in, zoom out, you can have that. Add scene transitions. Sometimes in between slides, there can be a transition. It can automatically add that. Animate text. And link scenes, which means sometimes you might have a video that starts on, say, slide number 1, but you want to have that same video there for like 3 slides, so it could actually link the scenes. Each slide is a scene based on what is the background, whether it's an image or a video. I'm going to keep all these selected. I'm going to keep automatically fit text to light. I'm going to click create scenes for your video. And now you'll see, you'll go create scenes. And now we have our video so far. And we have our slides. Now scene 1 of 6. Now they call them scenes. They're slides. It's interchangeable. So in your mind, if you're thinking, what's a scene? Basically, a scene is a slide. And you'll see here, if you want to see what's going on, if I keep my cursor in the frame, it'll actually show the video. If I come out, it'll stop. Also, that'll also happen if you come over here. If you have more options, you can actually hover over that to see what it looks like. So right now we have what you need to know about email deliverability. So obviously it bolded that. It gave us this thing. You put the text over here. We'll go to the second one. Now we have another one. So we have crafting emails to your subscribers, blah, blah, blah. And then we come here, but none of that will do you if you don't have a decent delivery rate. Now you notice the same video is used for both. And if you come up here, you see this link that this scene has been linked to this scene. So this video started here carries over to the next thing. So sometimes you could change text every slide or every scene, but sometimes it's nice to have the same thing in the background for a little continuity. So it's too jarring to be changing stuff every single slide. We come down here and we have another scene, another slide, those emails on your potential customers' spam folders. And you notice spam, it's actually picking up on our content and choosing words and choosing videos. And the next thing here, you don't have much of a chance making a sale or billing relationship with them. And here are 3 tips that will help ensure that your emails make it to your subscribers' inbox. And there you go. That is our short little script has been turned into a 6 scene or 6 slide video. Okay, so now we'll go to the next thing. That looks good. Now, if you scroll all the way to the end, there's 2 things you can do here next. You can click down here, add voice track to your video, or you can just click on the next tab here. But let's go over here. We'll click this. Now, I didn't record a voice track for this. So what you can do is if I had recorded my voice, I can upload a voice track now. You can actually record your voice in chunks. So you can actually record it in pieces. Now, this used to be, before they added the ability to upload a full audio, a full voiceover, it used to be that you had to go into each slide and read each slide. It recorded in real time, and then that's how you make your slide. Music only, you can have music, or you could do auto voice. I'm going to do auto voice this time, and we're going to choose somebody who's speaking here. So let's go with Olivia. That's my daughter's name, and you can play a sample. Let's hear what that sounds like.
Hi, my name is Olivia, and I would love to read the script for your video.
Okay.
So sit back,
Thank you, Olivia. So now let's just select auto voice. We'll select Olivia, and we're going to preview your video. And it's going to create scene timing. So it's going to figure out what our audio is and then sync up the audio. Look at the words on the slide. Make sure that the slide changes when the voice moves to the next sentence. So basically it syncs up. Now we come up here. Now they've added a lot more music now to Content Samurai. They used to have... Okay, thank you. We could stop that. They have so much music now. Actually, I haven't used it much since they added the music. Now you see here, we have our slide. Our video is 25 seconds long, and there's a couple different ways you can do that when you're looking at this. You can play it here to watch it, or you can look to, sometimes what I'll do is I'll click on manually adjust timing, and what this will show is a little more, this will actually show the slides with what the next slide is, and here I'll show where the breakpoints are. So if for some reason, sometimes the syncing doesn't always work very well, or you'll find that the voice is faster than the slide or vice versa. So what you want to do then is you have to move these slides around. Let's see how this works. So we're going to play this here and see how it works.
What you need to know about email deliverability. You're spending a lot of time each week crafting emails to your subscribers, but none of that will do you any good if you don't have a decent delivery rate. If those emails land in your potential customers' spam folders, you don't have much of a chance of making a sale or building a relationship with them. Here are 3 tips that will help ensure that your emails make it to your subscribers' inboxes.
Okay, so they did have music in there. Now what you notice here is you have the visual of the audio stream, so you can see where there's silence. So say this last slide, I wanted this slide to come on quicker so that it would show a little more time before it starts speaking. You can go to this green line and then you can slide this back, and then what'll happen is, now we'll click back here and you'll see, let's play, and you'll see that the slide will turn quicker and you'll have a little bit of a brief silence before the next line starts.
A sale or building a relationship with them. Here are 3 tips that will help ensure that your
and sometimes it's nice. I wouldn't over manage it, or do too much little nitpicky stuff, but sometimes it's nice for a slide to land before the speaking starts, because sometimes if the speaking starts and the slide changes at the same time, it's a little abrupt. So you can notice, though, sometimes you'll have stuff in the middle. We're going to slide back here a little bit. Like here, we were going, now you'll see this transition is really tight on that, so we can go.
A decent delivery rate. If those emails...
See, it's like she starts speaking and the slide transitions right away. It's a little abrupt, but we can come in here and slide this back just a bit. So now if we come to here and we'll play again.
Any good if you don't have a decent delivery rate. If those emails land in your potential...
And for me, as somebody who's been doing videos a lot, that feels better. Sometimes though you'll have these mid where you have a comma and then you have to play around with the transition, because sometimes it might be, you might have to fiddle a little bit with it because the way where it's transitioning it. Let's play this.
Potential custom spam folders. You don't...
So it's actually kicking in. Let's see, we'll do this.
Custom spam folders. You don't...
Folders, let's slide this let's slide this just a little bit to there and see if that looks a little better.
Custom spam folders. You don't have much of...
There you go. Now, honestly, out the gate without really messing around with it, it's not that bad, but you can go in here and actually tweak that. Let me go back to I want to go back to high timing, and I want to do a little different music. I want to do let's see, happy. This is something you and... No? Okay, let's go with that. Sure, we can do that. And that's the select music. Okay, so we're going to go with that. Let me see. They used to have... That's my music that I used to set up. That's interesting. They used to do... options. Let's see if here we go. So you can come, you have your music, and let's talk a little bit about this right here. You have your music. Now be careful, you come over these, will start previewing them. So we're going to stick with Aspiring Soft background. And then there's a watermark where you can actually add some different watermarks to your thing that are part of, if you're sharing it, or if you wanted to add a logo, you could do that across the entire platform, because you can actually create a new watermark, upload something, and do that. But the options is what I was looking for. So you can change your voice track speed, but only because it's auto voice. You have your voice track, and then you can play with your music to where you want it. Sometimes you have to find that right point of where the music's not too loud, but it's still there. So you can play with it by here.
Chance of making a sale or building a relationship with them. Here are 3 tips that will help ensure that your emails make it to your subscribers' inbox.
So you notice you can play around with that. Let's go back. Let's start this up, see how it goes.
What you need to know about email deliverability. You're spending a lot of time each week crafting emails to your subscribers, but none of that will do you any good if you don't have a decent delivery rate. If those emails land...
Okay, I'm going to keep it at 15%, but this is something you can play with. You have to figure out where the music level sort of works, where it's not distracting from the talk. And then after we're done with this, if it looks good, we can click here or go down to download. We'll click there. And what's going to happen is it's going to say generate your video, and we click on generate your video, and it's going to take a while, depending. Now this is a shorter video, so actually, you know what I'll do? I can do this while we're waiting. I will duplicate this tab. It will keep this here, and I believe, not 100% sure, but if you closed out of Content Samurai, this would continue working in the background, and that if you came back and went to download, it would have the video ready to download. I'm like 85% sure that that's the way it would go. Not 100% sure. Let's go back here now while we're waiting for this, since we're in a different tab. So you had your template. We chose our template. We had our script. Now, once you do this, if you come in here to edit the script, it's just going to change the scene layout. So you have to be very careful. If you go to edit the script, it's, making changes to script now may impact your slide formatting. So be very careful. If you hit that, you're going to lose what you did. And if you go back and then go to the scenes, it will redo the scenes again, which could mess up some of your work. So be very careful with that. We had our scenes thing here where we did all our slides, and I think they used to call it slides. I think that recently they changed it to scenes, though I could be wrong. And a couple things here. You see now, when you're looking at each scene, let's see how this is doing. We're getting closer, 77%. So you could actually come in here. It's like a text editor. So if you wanted to bold what, you can come in here. You can bold that. You can italicize that. You could underline that. So you can come in and do all your things here. You can hide the text if you want to have. If you wanted to do something with a script and have the timing be proper, but you didn't want the words here, you could actually hide it so you could have the talking and it would time out properly, but wouldn't have any script. And then you can also change text position where you can put it up here, you can put it down here. These are things you can do, on an individual scene basis. And then also down here, you can add a new scene in between. So if you wanted to add a slide in between these two, you could add a video clip, which means you can actually upload a video clip that would play, not a video clip that's in the system, but one that you have on your computer. There's also transitions between slides. There's transitions. Now this is going to fade from this slide to this slide, but you can also come in here and you have all these transitions where you can wipe up, wipe down, wipe left, right, all these things. You could play around with them. But what it is this transition will be the one that goes from this slide to this next slide. Okay, and then the last thing is you can merge scenes. Now, if you wanted to bring this text up and push it into this into this slide, you'd hit the merge scenes. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Well, that's it pretty much. Let's go over here. And download our video. So we're going to download our video. Okay, and we're in our Voice Buddy demo folder, so let's just go there. That's fine. And if we come in here, we'll just play this.
What you need to know about email deliverability. You're spending a lot of time each week crafting emails to your subscribers, but none of that will do you any good if you don't have a decent delivery rate. If those emails land in your potential customers' spam folders, you don't have much of a chance of making a sale or building a relationship with them. Here are 3 tips that will help ensure that your emails make it to your subscribers' inboxes.
And there you go. That's a nice 20-some second video. What's nice that they do is they actually do a fade in and fade out on the music, so it's not abrupt. And you notice there's some limitations on the auto text or auto speech. It's a couple funny mispronunciations, and the phrasing's not always as lifelike as you want it. But for having done that, and this video right now is 18 minutes, basically from script to finished video in 18 minutes, and I was explaining all this stuff to you, that's not too bad. And then if you come back to your videos, what you'll see is in the demo videos, now we have email deliverability demo. If you want to, you can clone it and then change it up. So if I wanted to, I can come over here, I can clone it, and then I can come here and change a template. Say I wanted to do it as a video for social media, and I want to do it as, let's just do something fun. Let's do green bars. Use this template, and then we're just going to go right down to preview. It's going to create scene timing, build your preview. We'll wait for this for a second. Okay, and it's going to show the title of the video. So that's what's going to happen here. So you can, this one, it actually takes whatever title you put in your template, your video title, and puts it up top. And then if you play it,
what you need to know about email deliverability. You're spending a lot of time each week crafting emails to your subscribers, but none of that will do you any good if you don't have a decent delivery rate.
Okay, so you notice now if you come back up to template and to script, you can change this. Now I change this to, let's change this to all about email deliverability. And now we go to preview. I also change the title. It should automatically save it in our system. Oh, you know what? No, it didn't change that. Okay, I could be wrong. Let's see what we got here. All about email deliverability. It might have taken the first thing that we did, so I'm not sure exactly. That's something that, oh, look at that, a little something to research later. But my point is here is once you set up your video, you can go through and you can create different variations for different things. So now here we actually have, you know, it basically does that same video. The timings are kept, everything's kept, except it's in a different format. And it at that point you can make 5 different versions of the same video, and that's pretty cool. And then of course you'd have to come here for this one and then generate your video again, and then it will take a couple minutes. And then once we come back to our videos, I see we have two different videos, and here's one and here's the other. So I hope this video has helped you to see the power of Content Samurai. I still use other video editors after I finish in Content Samurai to add other stuff. I add things, you know, overlays, and if you need other effects. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll do a video in Content Samurai, and then I'll remix my audio back into it, because sometimes I think the audio is not always as clean as I want it coming out of Content Samurai. That could be me though, I'm picky. So thanks for watching the video. I suppose at this point I say that I have a link here somewhere for you to click if you're curious about trying a free demo for a week. In this video, possibly underneath the video, or maybe in the description of the YouTube video you just watched, or if it's on a page, probably somewhere there, or possibly in the email that I sent you to get you to this video. Try it out for a week. It's free. They don't charge your credit card because they don't ask for a credit card. It's basically after a week you can't, I don't think you could download anything that you create. So once you create, you get it for a week and you can create some videos. And though once you're once the week's over, you can't download them anymore. So even if you created them, you can't. But I think once you start using it, you'll see that it's actually a really powerful tool to create some good videos. So this is Steve Chase. Thank you very much, and you have a great day.